what's up, everybody? Welcome to Bass Talk with Freekbass. Thanks for joining me here on this beautiful Wednesday night, or maybe it's Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday when you're watching this. Not sure when you're watching this. Anytime is fine, but when we are live, it is Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Whether you're watching at the Facebook channel, hello Facebook people, or hopefully over at the YouTube page too, which is youtube.com, the Freekbass channel. And as you always hear on all these crazy videos that everybody puts out, it always helps a lot if you give a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. That's really helpful. And if you're watching it on Facebook, please hit the share button so this gets it out to a lot of people out there. That would be great. Sign up for live notifications. And if you're watching at Twitch, hello Twitch folks too as well. So thanks so much for being part of this. We are here every Wednesday night, like I said, but again, you could be watching at any time. We talk everything bass. The last couple weeks we did some how to create funk bass lines and some different philosophies about that. You can go back and watch those. And I think before that we talked, I know we covered some stuff about the Dorian scale. We did some different bass unboxings, everything bass related we do. And the one thing we've been doing kind of a little bit lately, a little sporadically, is doing a little bit of reviews and of different pedals. And these are pedals that I use that I suggest that maybe you might want to think about using as a bass player. They're really, really effective for creating new tones and new sounds for us. One thing I'll say right off the bat, whatever pedal you use, every pedal is going to sound like you, just like the bass is going to sound like you based on how you play it. You and I can sit here today and show you these exact settings that I use, and it's going to sound a little bit different when you play it, which is the beautiful thing about pedals, is they kind of, you know, almost assimilate themselves to you in terms of your playing. And that's what I love pedals so much. That's another reason why I tend to like always kind of gravitate one sound, one pedal. I know there are multi-effects processors out there, and there are some really good ones too. But for me, I like really be able to dial that sound exactly like I like it. I know the person that was working on this one pedal was concentrating on this one sound to get it as good as it could be. So that's it. So as you see, right, tonight we are here talking about the MXR Bass Octave Deluxe pedal, which is such a great pedal. A couple weeks ago, we did the MXR Bass Envelope filter, which is awesome. They're about the exact same size. They fit very conveniently into a pedal board right off the bat, which is awesome. The other nice thing about these is that they fly great. Like, so I do a lot of flying gigs, you know, if we're not traveling around in a van or a truck or a bus or whatever. We are, you know, I'm doing a bunch of, so I got to get on a plane, got to get my bass on there, figure out how to get some cool pedals on there. So I don't always take a pedal board. I just grab a bunch of these guys and just plug them in, and then I'm good to go for depending on what kind of gig I'm doing. So they're very convenient for that. They fit into a bag really nice. They're very sturdy, the MXRs are too. They look nice too, obviously. They got this nice little sparkle to them, as you can see. But they're very, like, they almost, I mean, some pedals, like, kind of feel like you could, like, you know, if you push hard enough, you can almost put your fingers through them. But these, I mean, you feel like you could drop this off of a roof and they would still work. I don't suggest doing that, but it feels like it could do that. And this is there's so many great octave pedals out there for bass. And but this one's really nice because you can really dial it in. You heard me playing a little groove. Very nice and full and big and thick, and you can just hit one note. It even works nice, as you can hear. I'm plucking and it's still very rich and very. So you can pluck, you can. Another great thing about pedals too, and especially octave pedals, and especially this octave pedal, is that it will, we talk so much about songwriting in here and about writing bass lines. I tell you, I always talk about how important that is. And this will dictate the way you decide to approach writing a bass line. You know, I don't think, had I had this pedal plugged in, I don't know if I would have came up with this bass line. I'm not really sure that would have happened. So, I mean, there's a big, let me show you what, to start off, let's turn this thing off and see what it sounds like. Okay, I'll play the exact same bass line with no effect. So it's a lot, you know, it's not quite, the frequencies, it's kind of squashed the frequency. It's still a nice little line. I mean, it's kind of a cool line, I think, but it definitely, let's check difference. Pretty big. You know, and again, it just makes you, it really encompasses the space that you're playing in. That's why you can just play one note. Yeah, very, very nice. So let's quickly talk about, there's not a whole, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you pretty much plug and play and you're good to go. That's another nice thing. They don't make these things complicated at all. You have three knobs. You have growl, dry, and girth. And obviously dry is, let's see, I'm just going to turn these other ones all the way down. So if dry, that's my dry signal. You know, that's my main signal. If I turn it all the way off, it's obviously not there anymore. So we'll pull that up. So we'll do them all individually. So now here is just the growl. This is the growl button right here. Right here. I'll kind of go about halfway with that. So it definitely sounds real low, mid-rangey to me. You go with the, what's the third one? The girth. And this one's like the bottom, I think. Yeah, so that's like your bottom frequency. So what I like doing is combine, you got a little bit of low mid with like that. Now, again, that's what's nice about having the dry, because, I mean, that's cool sounding, but when you add that dry in too, it gives you a little bit more of that definition. So you get the definition of whatever the notes that you're playing with the bump of the low, with the little girth of that growl right there. Well, you got girth, what do they call that? Girth. Yeah, you got girth and the growl right there. To me, that's like my favorite. And you can see I'm going about not quite, you know, midnight, maybe about 1 o'clock on each one of those. And I do have a mid button here. You can see it says mid. You turn that on. Kind of pushes up that, you know, that scoop that you would have in your, whoops, on your graphic. It kind of pushes that up a little bit, you know. Personally, I like it better with it off. But, you know, it depends on what style. But probably playing with a pick, it might be kind of cool to use that on there. But it's just such a great, great pedal. And again, it's, you know, like I said, I'm putting it literally, I'm going about 1 o'clock. If I could probably put it at 12 and it'd be fine. And you plug and play and you get this big, you know. The other thing I not like about using on when you use octaves, like when, you know, even without this on, when you play this E, the 12th fret E on the E string, it's got a lot of sustain, even with nothing on it. But when you add that octaver in there, I mean, that's like massive sounding. Just really big, round, thick, and again, it'll help you in terms of your writing. So let me play this with this groove one more time. You're going to see, just, and again, it'll dictate also the way you write too as well. So kind of like with this, let's see. The other nice thing you heard, I do a lot of this in my playing, just personally for my, when you do those pull, like kind of, that really, with that octaver on there, it makes it still very rich and thick and full and round. So that's what I love about it. So again, this is the MXR Bass Octave Deluxe. I'm pretty sure they also have like the mini version of this, which is about half the size of this, which is great for pedal boards, especially if you're doing economic pedal boards. They have a whole line of these, which are like the real thin ones too. But even this size, it's a really nice, it's like a little brick, little mini brick. Jim Dunlop is the kind of parent company to these two MXR. Great people in MXR. Working on getting actually the artist rep Daryl on BASSTalk as a guest, and we can talk even more in depth about this stuff, because I talk a lot about MXR pedals a lot because they're great. Not, that's the main reason, and that's the only reason. So anyway, check that one out. Thanks for being here with me with BASSTalk. As always, make sure you join me, of course, on Saturday nights for Saturday Night Chit Chat. That is on the Facebook page every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got some great guests coming up. And that's it. So I highly advise this pedal, highly recommended. Check it out. Very simple, easiest thing. Like I said, plug and play. Do. Boom, boom, boom. Two notes. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Two notes. Helps two notes when you make them real big and rich like this too as well. Thank you all so much for being here on BASSTalk with me. I can't thank you. I know I have people coming out back here every week. It really means so much to me. And thanks for spreading the word about the show. Continue to do so. Again, please like and subscribe if you're at YouTube. And please